Yeah, good morning to all. So today's topic, so as per the module number two, the first topic is the dynamic programming. So before entering into a dynamic programming, so far we discussed about the brute force approach, divide and conquer technique, and one more approach that is a greedy approach. Okay, so these three approaches we have discussed in the first module itself. So the continuation of the that three approaches, another approach, another algorithm design strategy is the dynamic programming. So this approach is very important approach. Dynamic programming approach is similar to the divide and conquer. So as per the divide and conquer, just we are dividing the problem into sub problem, and the sub problem will be solved like that. So that is the same thing is happening in dynamic programming also, but one important difference is in divide and conquer, these subproblems are not solved independently. So, but that's the thing. The main difference. But unlike the divide and conquer, these subproblems are not solved independently. So the rather results of these smaller subproblems are remembered and used for similar or overlapping subproblems. So the dynamic programming is used when we have the problem which can be divided into smaller subproblem so that the result can be reused. So that is a very important thing. So mostly these algorithms are used for optimization. So this algorithm in the dynamic programming algorithm mainly used for the optimization. So before solving the in-hand subproblem, the dynamic algorithm will try to examine the result of the previously solved subproblem. The solution of that subproblem are combined in order to achieve the best solution. So that is a thing. So we can say that the problem should be able to divide it into smaller overlapping subproblem. First point. Second point, an optimum solution can be achieved by using an optimum solution of smaller subproblem. Third one, the dynamic algorithms use the memoization concept. So these are the important things. So with this brief note, I will start with that session, dynamic programming. So as per the thing, the dynamic programming. So at the end of this session, you can able to understand what is the dynamic programming. So what are the different elements of dynamic programming, and also what are the important steps to be followed or to designing of that dynamic programming algorithm. So these are the important things. So these things you may able you can able to get the thing at the end of this session. So as per the thing, so the introduction, the dynamic programming. So the dynamic programming is a general algorithm design technique for solving problems defined by or formulated as recurrences with overlapping sub-instances. So that is a thing. So the planning, as per the thing here, the dynamic programming. The programming means it's called as a planning. How we are planning, or how we are planning for attaining the optimum solutions like that. So the main idea behind the dynamic programming is it set up a recurrence relating to solution to a larger instance to solutions of some smaller instances, and it solves the smaller instances once. And a very important thing, it records the solutions in a table, and after that it extract the solutions to the initial instance from that table. So these are the important idea, the important things while considering the dynamic programming concept. So the dynamic programming is a way of improving on an inefficient divide and conquer algorithm. So the divide and conquer having some sort of problem or some drawback will be there. So that drawback will be overcome with the help of the dynamic programming. That is, we may say inefficient. So that here we are saying inefficient in the sense we mean that same recursive call is made over and over in the divide and conquer. So that is the thing. The divide and conquer means we are having the three important operations. Divide the problem, first divide operation, divide the problem into subproblem. Next conquer. The conquer is nothing but the subproblem will be solved recursively. So whenever we are using the recursively a recursive function, it will be called over and over within that. So that actually it shows it's inefficient. We may say that is inefficient in that divide and conquer. So such a thing will be avoided, or such a thing will be improved in the dynamic programming concept. So that is the thing. So if same subproblem is solved in the several times, we can use the table to store the result of a subproblem the first time it is computed, and thus never have to recompute it again. So that is the thing. So instead of in using the recursive call. Here every time, whenever we are the same subproblem is solved in the several times, we are using the table. So all the information can be stored in the table. Whenever needed, the information can be taken from that table like that. So here the dynamic programming is applicable when the subproblems are dependent. So that is a very important thing. Whenever the subproblems are dependent, it's applicable. That is when subproblems share the subproblems like that. So here the programming refer to the tablet method also. Why? Because here we are using the table to store the result of the subproblem. So that's why here the programming means already the programming is we may call it as a planning. As per here, the programming refer to the tabular method. Why? Because we are using the tables as a data structure for storing the information. So that is the important thing. So the elements of dynamic programming. So what are the important elements of dynamic programming? Here the dynamic programming is used to solve the problem with the following characteristics. First one is the simple subproblems. Here we should be able to break the original problem to the smaller subproblem that have the same structure. That is a simple subproblem. Second element is the optimal substructure of the problem. So optimal structure of the problem. Here the optimal solution to the problem contains within the optimal solution to its subproblems. Third one is the overlapping subproblems. So there exist some places where we solve the same subproblem more than once. So that is three important things we are using it. That is a simple subproblem, optimal substructure of the problem, and overlapping subproblem like that. So here we may say that dynamic programming can be used in both a top-down as well as the bottom-up manner. So it's that's the thing. So the some of the examples. The following problem can be solved using the dynamic programming approach. Example, we may say the Fibonacci number series, knapsack problem, the towers of Hanoi, all pair shortest path by the Floyds and Warsaws, shortest path by Dijkstra, and some sort of project scheduling also. So we will see. So here, what are the steps to be followed while designing or while using a dynamic programming algorithm? See here, 4 important steps to be needed. First step, characterize the structure of an optimal solution. So first we have to characterize whether the optimal solution is maximum or minimum. So we have to characterize the structure of an optimal solution. Second thing, based on that characterized, we have to rigorously define the value of an optimal solution. Third thing is compute the value of an optimal solution in a bottom-up fashion. So that is the thing. Fourth important thing, we have to construct an optimal solution from the computed information. So not always necessary the computed information. That is, here we are saying the computed information is a thing, but the informations are available, or information are stored in the table like that. So that is a important steps to be followed while we are using the dynamic programming algorithm. So whenever that important so that is a thing. So here the algorithm design method that can be used when the solution to a problem may be viewed as a result of a sequence of decision. So the dynamic programming algorithms store the results or the solutions for small subproblem and looks them up. That is from the table, rather than recomputing them when it needs later to solve the largest subproblem. So typically it applies to the optimization problems. So that is the thing. So it's used for optimization problem. So whenever the optimization problem means we're having a set of choices or set of solutions must be made to get an optimal solution. It finds a solution with the optimal value. The optimal value may be a minimum or maximum, and also there may be many solutions that lead to an optimal value. So the main goal of this dynamic programming is to find an optimal solution. So the optimal solution, so the optimal value may be minimum or maximum. So it depends on our need. It depends on the programming things. So based on our expect, we can use either minimum or maximum value. So that is the thing. So another important thing, the principle of optimality. So as per the dynamic programming concept, we are getting the optimal value or optimal solution. So what is the meaning of principle of optimality? So an optimal sequence of decisions has the property that whatever the initial state and a decision are, the remaining decisions must constitute an optimal decision sequence with regard to the state resulting from the first decision. So that is the important thing. So essentially, this principle states that the optimal solution for a larger subproblem contain an optimal solution for a smaller subproblem like that. So that is a larger into smaller. So we are making it to top to down like that. So that's why in that dynamic programming it uses both the top down as well as the bottom up approaches. So that is a thing. So next, dynamic. What's the difference? So already we discussed in the greedy method. So here we will. What's the difference between dynamic programming versus greedy method? So as per the dynamic programming, here the greedy method, here only one decision sequence is ever generated. Either we want either maximum or minimum. That is a thing. But in the greedy, always we are getting the maximum things only. That's it. So the method is called the greedy method. Only one decision sequence will be there. But in the dynamic programming, the many decision sequences may be generated. So from that, we can take it. Based on our optimal value, we can choose it either minimum or maximum like that. So that's the one important difference between the dynamic programming and the greedy method. Second important thing, the dynamic difference between the dynamic programming and the divide and conquer. So already we have seen that the divide and conquer to solve the problem is inefficient. So because as per the conquer, the subproblem will be solved recursively. That is the one drawback in the divide and conquer. As per the thing here, dynamic programming will solve each of them once and their answers are stored in a table for future use. So that is the advantage of dynamic programming. So that's the main difference between the dynamic programming and the divide and conquer technique. So next important thing, difference between, so we'll see elaborate, we'll see what is the difference between, what are the differences between dynamic programming and the divide and conquer technique. So the divide and conquer here, the partition a problem into independent smaller subproblem, but varies in the dynamic programming, a partitions problem into overlapping subproblems. So not a independent smaller, but a overlapping subproblems. Second important difference here, in divide and conquer, it doesn't store the solutions of subproblems. So the identical problem may arise, but the result in the same computations are performed repeatedly. So we are using the backtracking. With the help of that, we are using the thing. So here then the second advantage of our difference of the dynamic programming is it shows the solutions of subproblem. So that it does avoid the calculations of same quantity twice. Third important difference between dynamic programming and divide and conquer is in divide and conquer it uses the top-down algorithm, so which logically progresses from the initial instance down into smaller sub-instance via intermediate sub-instances like that. But in the dynamic programming, mainly both the top-down and bottom-up, both the things are using, but mainly in dynamic algorithm uses the bottom-up algorithm in which the smallest subproblems are explicitly solved first, and the result of these used to construct the solutions to progressively larger sub-instances like that. So these are main differences between the divide and conquer and the dynamic programming. So that is a very important differences in between the divide and conquer and dynamic programming. So some of the example algorithm. So in this mainly we are focusing about the all pair shortest path algorithm and optimal binary search tree. So as per the all pair shortest path algorithm, here the two important algorithms are there: Warsell's algorithm and Floyd's algorithm. And the next important thing, OBST, that is optimal binary search tree. So these two algorithms we will discuss in this topic, that is under the dynamic programming. Apart from that, there are some knapsack problem. So there are two types of knapsack problems are there. Already we have seen some example of knapsack problem in the greedy approach solution. That type of knapsack is called as the fractional knapsack problem. Just make a note, it's for your understanding purpose. So already we used a knapsack algorithm or knapsack problem in the greedy approach. That type of knapsack problem or algorithm is called as the fractional knapsack problem. But here in this dynamic programming also, we are using another algorithm. That algorithm is called as that is a 0, 0, 1 knapsack problem. So that is called as that algorithm is applicable in the dynamic programming solutions. So that is a 2 types of knapsack problem. Just make a note. So 0 to 1 knapsack problem here. Given a knapsack with the maximum capacity W, we are aware of that how that knapsack problem is working. So already that discussed in the first unit, sorry, first module. So here he given a knapsack with the maximum capacity W and a set of item S consisting of n items. So each item I has some weight Wi and benefits value Bi. So both Bi and W are the integer value. So here the problem is how to pack the knapsack to achieve the maximum total value of packed items. So here we are using the solution. The solution is a dynamic programming concept. So here how we are doing it. So that is the thing. So this is the overview of this today's topic. So the remaining thing we will